One of the things that I think intimidates a lot of people is approaching somebody or even being approached by somebody for a potential sponsorship opportunity. The questions I see all the time are, how do I approach somebody for one of these opportunities? And the biggest one being like, how, like when they ask me what my rate is, what the heck do I do? I've been working with some creator friends of mine. I say working with, I'm mostly just chatting about YouTube all the time. And these questions have come up recently and it's been at the top of my mind. So I'm just wondering what kind of advice you have around that.
When I first started, I just went out my way, and when I mean like 8 years ago, I went out my way to talk about the things that I liked. If there was something that I specifically used, I did like a funny little review. When it came to the business side of the channel that I happen to be on now, I kind of did the same. I started talking about the softwares that I was using and whether they were red and white or whether they happened to be like our favorite blue. I'd make content around tools that I'm using and I would optimize. It got to a point where I would gain attention from people and then I would use affiliate marketing programs to push them there. Now, you don't have to be sponsored directly by them in its essence. Now, a good example of this happens to be that I could make a vidIQ video, explain that, I got all this from this, like daily video ideas from the vidIQ tool, right? You can go in there, you can talk about how fantastic it is that I used the first 3 ideas in the free package, right? But they were so good and so now that I upgraded to Boost and now I've got 50, right? And now I can pick through and it's about a 40 out of 50 hit rate, but that gives me a good jumping off point, right? And then you can link to a description down below. That looks like a fantastic video that vidIQ then didn't pay me for. But that's fine. You make enough of those that you then put it on your blog, or you can build a media pack. You can send that media pack to companies and go, oh, look, right, this is kind of what I do. Like, so if you like these type of products, or if you're a SaaS product, which is a service as a software, or software as a service, right? Then there you go. That's how I review this. Well, this is a giant water bottle. This is a camera, whatever it needs to go. Then they can see how it goes. You'll be amazed if you reach out. You'll be amazed how many people actually reply back. Also, you'll be amazed when you get over to a certain point how many people bombard your emails with absolute tat, right? It's outrageous. So you can go out of your way to kind of semi-sponsor content yourself. You can go and get an affiliate link and then you can point to the affiliate link below. Good example of this is Amazon's Audible and stuff like that, because they're actively bounty programs that they want people to be pushed to. And it's a successful product that everybody knows. And you're kind of leaning on a brand that everyone trusts. Okay. It's like, oh, what I do every day is I learn a new skill by listening to an ebook and blah, 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 blah. Oh, I get my ebooks from Audible. And there's a link in it. Very simple. Okay. And that also translates into things like your blog. And once again, your blogs and places like that, you have so much more leeway. And anytime you touch upon a new thing or a new skill or a new direction or a new tangent, there's a chance for you to put an affiliate link there. Okay. Alternatively, if sponsors come to you, now some people get sponsors for free. And once again, if you've got testimonials and if you've got a portfolio of reviews that you've done, then fine, you can haggle prices. Some people have rate cards. A very good example of this happens to be one guy that I've learned a lot from, Roberto Blake. He has his very own media pack you can download and he has his set prices. You can go along those lines as well. If you communicate with other YouTubers, I tend to find that YouTubers are more than willing to talk, which is weird for a British person because we're very closed in about money. We're quite prudish, right? But there is quite a fraternity within YouTubers. You find the right people and you go out there, you'll build a loyalty, right? I've known a few YouTubers for a very, very long time who grew from 300 subscribers to wherever they happen to be today, right? Just have a quick chat to them and you'll be surprised how many established YouTubers are willing to give a little nudge. At the end of the day, understand your value to them. That's the most important thing. If you're sat there with 1,000 niche viewers that are rabid about you, that's what they are buying, right? You need to understand that, oh, great, you get a product that's worth 50 quid. How much do you think it was going to cost them to place advertisements on Facebook to get that 2,000 views that video is going to get, and the click-throughs that you can dedicate as a niche influencer, right? How much would it cost them to, in their own right, go out and make their own video, push their own advertisements, and then push it to media where they don't look spammy and they get their own authority? You are selling your reputation, your audience, your brand. So you have to be okay with the monetary value that they are offering you, or whatever they're offering you, exposure, whatever it needs to be. Okay. But if the deal is not good enough, walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they truly want that value, they'll come back. And if it's not good for your audience, you're only hurting yourself.
That is really, really excellent advice. I think that's the most difficult thing, I would say, for a lot of creators in this position. Getting a sponsorship opportunity only to find that it's just not going to cut it. They're asking too much, they're paying too little, and then you have to reckon with that. Well, this isn't going to work. I have to walk. And I think a lot of people would probably struggle with that. Well, maybe I should it's my first one or it's my second one. Maybe I should do this just to get it under my belt. And you that's kind of like a your call sort of thing. But I like that you said that, because I think it kind of stresses that point of like, it's okay. It's okay to walk away.